What's going on, New Game Order? It's the man, the myth, the juggernaut, Alex Lexus, coming at you with another video. And I am just leaving Jersey Gardens since it's close to my house. I just wanted to give you my thoughts on DC's Aquaman. And I will say this. I remember I did another driving video, and it was kind of like ranting on, you know, the executives at DC for following up, you know, the deal with Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, and just the DCEU. And, you know, after seeing Aquaman, my goodness, that movie was awesome. I don't care what anybody says. If you take it for what it is, you know, and having this movie introduce Aquaman to a new generation, they hit the mark right on the head. This movie was fantastic. Like, there was never a dull moment for me. Like, I felt that it had a lot of, you know, different movies styles thrown into one. Like, it felt a lot like 300. And then you had like the exploration and journey, like what's that movie, Da Vinci Code, and it just had a whole lot of depth, and there were sub-levels, subplots to it. I mean, it was really cool. And, you know, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I would just excuse me, I would say this: go see it in IMAX. Because when I came out, I was like dizzy. It was just sensory overload. It was amazing. They did a fantastic job for Aquaman. Fantastic. You know, so with that being said, I just hope that they can fix this thing. Whoa, and somebody freaking is on the far right lane, cuts over 2 lanes like a jerk. In any case, I'm just blown away. That movie was fantastic. Awesome. I mean, I was even sitting at some of the fight sequences and the action, and I'm like, this might have topped Man of Steel, Superman versus Zod. Like, this movie raised the bar for the DCEU, and you would think that, you know, hopefully it does well here at the box office, and that maybe, just maybe, they could reconsider, you know, rebooting this thing. Because this, my goodness, I mean, Wonder Woman doesn't stand up to this film, and Man of Steel, to me, is a close second, because the Zod versus Superman fight kind of, you know, laid the foreground. Like, he was like, that was like Iron Man for this universe, but Aquaman took it to another level. I mean, oh my God, I gotta do a podcast on this with Shinwar. Like, my goodness, the music, the atmosphere, like, you know, even like if you remember Cameron's Avatar, you know, how they did their world where you felt like you were in another place. You know, the cast was really strong. Dolph Lundgren, you know, I was just like, when he's gonna pull out the sword and do I Have the Power? It looked like He-Man. I mean, the way that this was done, my goodness, I regret that, knowing that the DCEU may be getting semi-rebooted or whatnot. Look, if anybody at Warner Brothers sees this video, please reconsider. They hit gold with this one. It was really, really good, you know. And if there was ever a Man of Steel 2 with Henry Cavill as Superman, taking this as the bar to raise it, I'm telling you, that I was saying this is probably one of the greatest action flicks featuring a superhero that I've seen to date. It was really, really good. I mean, it's between that, this movie, Man of Steel, and Black Panther that are like my top right now. The first Avengers, you know, is up there, but I'm just like at a loss for words right now. But I just, oh my God, it's heartbreaking to know that, you know, they're probably not going to continue in this universe. But nothing's been confirmed as far as like Momoa, you know, not reprising his role. But let me tell you, this bravo. Everybody in the movie theater was applauding with the ending. And just the coming of age and Arthur becoming the king he was destined to be. I love those stories, you know, and oh my God, they did that really, really well. The pacing, like I've seen some films that you know, like Creed 2, there was some dead spots in it, like it was kind of slow, but even the slow parts, which were few and far between, it was still driving the narrative. Like you were still marching through the movie without any sense of dullness, you know. But I will say this, whomever directed this should, if Halo ever gets a movie with the way that they did the Atlantean armor, like I could foresee Master Chief moving around like that on film someday, you know. Not like the G.I. Joe Delta suits as accelerate shoe. Shout out to Shinwar on that. But I just would say this hell of a film. Hell of a film. You know, I think it's up there, like, in terms of the grand scale. It's like with Thor, the first Thor. There's a lot of parallels with that. You know, very similar. And I just say this. They did a fantastic job. Maybe I'm still on a high from it. I don't want to give it a 10 out of 10, but I will say that it's probably getting a 9.5 from me. Music, pacing, storytelling, you know, I was expecting to see some cheesy parts in the film. Well, there was one near the end. I mean, but I have to say, they made Aquaman look badass. Like, oh my gosh. But I was kind of mad. And this is not a spoiler, but the trailer theme called Sidewinder that they're using for promotional material, I don't remember hearing it in the movie. However, the movie scores or the musical scores were really good. I think even at Hans Zimmer's level for Man of Steel. So I think that they did excellent. I don't know what else to say. Go see this film. And me, I was actually going to be in gross protest because of Warner Brothers and their boneheaded decisions. I hope it continues. This was good. This was good. You know, this is just me without hearing any reviews or anything like that. I enjoyed the hell out of that movie. It was Avatar, 300, Da Vinci Code, you know, Matrix, Man of Steel. There was even some Dragon Ball moments in there. You know, when there was the trial for the throne. That was probably one of the cooler parts, you know. And then the climactic ending, it was grand. It was grand. I had to say, Warner Brothers, DC, whomever, please don't act like chimpanzees or baboons wearing ties in the corporate offices. Fix it. Bring Henry Cavill back. I mean, this was, oh my gosh. I don't know what to say. Go see this film. It's good. You will not regret it. Don't look at reviews or anything like that. I didn't, and because of it, I enjoyed the movie. I really, I was into it from beginning to end, all 2 hours and 35 minutes of it. It wasn't rushed. You know, it did its parts right. You know, so that's all I got. Not spoiler-free reaction. Alex Lexus, the man, the myth, the juggernaut, hit me with the head crush, cancel into pin smack. Make sure you tune in. I'm gonna have to talk to Shinwar about it. I was calling him, and that Mitch wasn't picking up his phone. I was like, what? Wow. But I would say this too. Do not leave during the credits. Wait. That's all I got. I'm out. Head crush. Peace.